Hello, hello. Welcome back to the What We Said podcast, everybody. Happy
guys.
Tuesday. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot I only have 5 seconds.
You better make it quick. Good morning, everyone. I am freezing in the studio right now. If you can see my goosebumps on YouTube, I am just
you
trying
do
to
look
warm
cold.
up. What?
You do look cold.
When I get goosebumps, they are like razors. Like they are so big. And if I've shaved my legs anytime within the past 24 hours, progress gone, like completely prickly again. So anyway, I'm trying to warm up right now. But good morning. Hello, everyone.
Our good
Whenever
vibes
you're
will
listening to
warm
this.
you up.
Oh, good.
Our warm energy.
You guys are looking at a half marathon.
Champion.
I was gonna say Survivor.
Yeah,
honestly.
Survivor champion. You know, who's to say what it's really called?
Chelsey ran a half
Forgot
marathon.
to bring
you
my
guys.
medal. I was gonna bring my medal, and I'm feeling naked without my participation medal.
I'm just wearing it every day.
Yeah, just
rain
all
or
around.
shine, morning or night, sleeping with it. You honestly should. That was such a crazy thing to witness. Truly, you impressed me so much. I must say.
Thank you.
I knew you could do it, but I was really shocked at like how quick you did finish.
Yeah.
I must admit.
Yeah.
And Leif and my brother
Same.
Carter also ran the half marathon, and so you know there's been lots of talk around my house around these parts about the half marathon,
About running.
running, about the prep for it, because my brother and Leif were doing it, and then you were obviously training for it as well, and so I was just hearing all, we got to get these types of shoes, we got to get this and this. And so I was mentally I was in it,
Yeah.
not in the actual marathon, but I've been thinking a lot about running. It's been on my mind more than it would have been otherwise. Let's just say that.
Dare I say you have the harder job being the partner of a runner. And I mean
you
that
for witnessing
wholeheartedly.
that.
I was telling
Thank
Nick
you for
yesterday.
validating that.
Well, maybe I'll get to this in chronological order. I'm kind of jumping ahead to the aftermath. But I said to him last night, I'm like, if you had run this half marathon or a marathon, I fear I would not be as supportive and, just validating as you if my partner was complaining all day. My legs, my knees.
Yeah.
I need help. I'm like, that is truly, I'm just validating that this is probably very annoying for you subconsciously.
No, Leif doesn't really complain that much about like ailments, I wouldn't say, but it is a time consuming thing. Like he'd be like, I'm running 10 miles, and I'm like, bye for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole thing. He has to like get ready and stuff. So, but that being said, like I kind of had in my mind that Leif and I are both focused on our health lately and fitness. And I take my time to like go to the gym and work out. So I'm like, this is what he's doing. This is his training. I'm not going to like be annoying about it, even if it is time consuming. Like this is a positive, healthy thing in his life. So it's not like he's going in, I don't know, doing something that's completely unproductive and stupid for 2 hours. Like it's a good thing. So I think it is very impressive. After witnessing this half marathon, I'm like, me and my mom were both, she's like, I can see how this would be addicting. Like neither of us are runners at all. No one in my family are like run. I've just never grown up. No one in my family has ever run. So that's why even Carter doing the marathon is kind of like out of left field. But it was so inspiring, like seeing all these people, and so many people were running it.
So many.
I asked Leif how many people were enrolled. He told me like 10,000.
20.
20? Mm-hmm. I think he said 10,000 for the half.
Oh, yeah, for the half. 20,000 people, I think, was like between the marathon, half marathon, 10K. There was a 5K the day before. Yeah.
I can't believe 20,000 people want to do that, honestly.
I know.
That's what's blowing my mind the most.
No, I know.
And that are that dedicated.
But you know what the crazy thing is that they were saying? So I got to the half marathon early, way earlier than I honestly should have, because we left. The half marathon started at 6:30. The marathon started at 5:30. I didn't know what parking was going to be like at all. I've never run a half marathon. I don't even think I've run a 10K since I was like, I think I ran one in high school.
Wait, what's a 10K?
I think it's like something miles. I don't know.
Okay.
It's like less than 10 miles. I know that for sure. And maybe I ran a 5K. I don't even know. I did some little turkey trot thing.
so happy I didn't marry into a turkey trot family.
Yeah,
one of the
no
blessings
thanks.
I thank God for every day.
Yeah. Well, I'm
on
getting
my
close.
way.
You're on
Apparently,
your way.
we're the turkey trot family now.
Yes, you are. But I didn't know what to expect. So I was like, I'm going to get there early. I'm going to make sure that I get a parking spot. I want to make sure I have time to put on my number, put my, go bag, grab bag, whatever away. Anyways. So I got there way too early. But I watched the marathon people go before us at 5:30, and they were looking so inspirational. And I'm like, wow, you're about to go on twice what I'm about to do? Twice? Like, I am so nervous about this amount, and you're going to do that twice in one day, in one sitting?
How truly were you feeling the day of the race? Were you like, okay, I got this? Or were you like, I'm terrified?
I tried not to think.
Okay.
I tried to have David Goggins
disassociated?
mentality, and yes, you guys, I will never stop talking about him because he is one of the reasons I even finished the half marathon.
Did you listen to him on your
No,
in your
but I
ears?
had him ready. I had him ready, loaded up. I had a David Goggins, him basically yelling at me, like loaded up if I needed it.
Okay. On the Apple Watch?
Downloaded, yeah, on my Spotify. But I didn't need him. He prepped me enough before. But what was your question? How was I feeling today? Nervous.
Yeah.
Definitely nervous. But I tried to not think about it. Just like, this is what I do. I'm going to do this. I don't need to be wondering, is it like, trying not to think about it too much because I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
It's just what we do.
That's what we do out here.
But the reason I even said that I got there early is because the announcers were talking about marathons and half marathons or whatever, and sharing all these inspirational stories about people who were running, who like had never run and then found running and it saved their life, whatever.
Yeah.
And they were saying less than 0.5 or maybe around 0.5% of the world will do a marathon in their lifetime.
That's crazy.
And then about 1% will do a half marathon in their lifetime.
So which is like the top 1%.
I am a 1%er. So
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Also crazy because there were so many people there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I was very nervous. The days leading up, I'm like, oh gosh, it's going to come. Sunday's going to come and I'm going to be running just for 13 miles straight.
The reason I will say from my perspective, I knew you could do it, but the reason that I was like, oh gosh, like I wonder how it's going to go is because you
make it to the end.
Yeah, you have been like talking about how you haven't been able to train the way you wanted to.
I haven't been prepared.
You haven't been prepared for it, and so that's why. But you know what? You did a good thing by what is it? You under promised and you over delivered, and that's the key right there. Because I was genuinely expecting you to finish like so much later than you did. I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I'll stay here to like see Chelsey. That was my thought process. Is like I had a sign for you
this afternoon.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'll be there when Leif and Carter finish, and then I'll stay until Chelsey does.
We'll eat breakfast. We'll have a little powwow.
Literally.
I'll go and take a nap. Then I'll come back for when Chelsey finishes.
So I literally was thinking like, oh, Benny might want to go down for a nap. So maybe my parents would just leave with her. I'll stay. And then like, that was my thought process. And then very shortly after Leif finished, I just turn around and see Chelsey. I'm like, I'm sorry. I actually looked at you on Find My Friends. Because I was tracking Leif via this like QR code thing that he had given me, so I knew his like
was that
pace.
Nice?
It was so nice.
I was like gonna sign up for that too, and I was like, he can just find me on Find My Friends, like for Nick, because I didn't even tell him about the QR code thing. But then you were mentioning like you could see the pace and stuff. I'm like, that would have been nice.
It was nice. It would be like, Leif finished, or like Leif just hit the whatever, like 5K mark at this pace.
That's nice.
Leif just hit the 10K mark at this pace, and it would give me updates, and so we knew when to like be at the finish line and stuff. So anyway, then I didn't have that for you, obviously. So then I looked on Find My Friends. I'm like, she's on top. She's right here. Like
she's on top of me.
She's right around the corner. I literally looked to my left. Chelsea's right there. I'm like, I am shocked.
That's
like
so funny.
Just because again, you had really under promised. So I was ready to support you.
Thank you.
On your 16-minute pace. I was ready to be there. But
I was coming in with the balloon lady. There's a balloon lady who walks at the very back. Basically, she literally is a 16-minute pace.
Okay. Because that's like the slowest you can go.
That's the slowest you can go. And like if you fall behind it, you're not really in the race anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they just stop counting you, whatever. But you have to stay ahead of her. And dare I say she's probably power walking. I don't know how if she's like jogging or what. But I was ready to be close to her. I honestly was. But here's the thing. I had told people that I was running because I knew if I told people, I would do it. Like I would have to just do it because I didn't want to. I know I don't think I could have recovered from not doing another one, because I already had the last one. And then, I had a much better excuse. I was literally pregnant and so sick to not run the last one I had signed up for and trained for. But I was just like, I can't do this again. Where I signed up for another one, I'm starting to train, and then it's just like, I can't. Life happened,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I have to do it.
That makes sense. That's relatable. It's
Yeah.
like, you're like, okay, one time was fine.
Yeah.
The second time, we just got to push through and make it happen.
We're not doing one. If I don't do this one, I'm not doing one.
Exactly. It's like going to be much harder to be like, now I'll train for a third. It's like, it's almost teaching yourself.
Fool me once.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost setting a precedent for yourself that you can just like, I'll just
quit.
Not do it. Yeah, I'll just quit. So that was really good that you stuck through, honestly.
Yeah, and I had been training probably since like Thanksgiving. I had been training as in every week I would try and get out at least once to run. Where I was like, I want to just at least be in running shape where I can at least run a literal mile.
Yeah.
And so I would get out and try and run like 3 miles here, 2 miles here, whatever. But I was not like, okay, I'm training Monday, 6 miles, Wednesday, 3 miles. I was holding on by a thread because I just also was having all my health stuff where I was getting sick all the time. And so I was just like, I would run 3 miles
never be
and
a
get
good
sick.
time.
Yeah. And I'm just like, this is just really not a good situation. But as it was approaching, and I think because it was so close to when I was turning 30, I had this goal in mind. I'm like, when I turn 30, I want to be like, I'm not pregnant. I'm far away from being postpartum. I want to be in good shape. Like I want to start my 30s in like a healthy, positive direction.
Yeah.
I don't want to be feeling like a slug on my 30th. And so I just tried to keep what I could. Like, okay, I'm not going to be able to be training like crazy and get my PR, even though I did get my PR because I've never run it before.
Yeah.
Get amazing time. I don't know. So as it was approaching, I was like, okay, I have 4 weeks left. And so this week I'm going to try and run this. And I would try and run 3 times, but it would be like 2 times.
Yeah.
And then as the weeks were approaching, I'm just
coming
not
closer and
getting
closer.
to that point where I'm like, I thought it would happen where I would get to the point where I was super prepared before. So when it was 2 weeks before and I got norovirus, I'm like,
Goodbye.
Okay. So I'm just going to have to.
The universe really was testing you.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
Because that is.
I'm going to have to dig deep here and just finish and just throw myself into it and hope that I can finish. So I kept talking about on my YouTube, I'd be like, I am running this. And because I'm posting about it and because I'm saying I will, I have to do it. And so, the week before, I'm just like, I guess I'm doing this. I talked to literally.
See, that's you can see now my hesitation with thinking that you would like, be just right around the corner from like.
Oh yeah, when I would tell people, they're like, I ran 6 miles was the most I'd run in over a year and a half, and I ran it like 2 weeks before the half marathon. But after I ran that, again, I think it was 2 weeks before. After I ran 6 miles and I was feeling decent afterwards, there was a new level of confidence.
Yeah.
Of like, I can run this twice.
I think
even if I'm crawling to the finish line, I can do it.
I feel like you actually are a runner, like at heart. After that marathon, when I was looking at you, I'm like, I just feel like you are like, did it give you the bug where you're like, I'm going to do a marathon one day or no?
I do. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was seeing that in your future.
Oh,
like
thank
just
you.
after that, because genuinely, my whole family cannot stop talking about it. They're like, Chelsey looked like she acted like she just took a walk in the park. That was insane. That was incredible. Like the whole day, Leif would be like, Chelsey, she really impressed me today. Like that is, and not that we didn't think you could do it.
That's the finesse of under promising.
Exactly.
If I was like, oh, I can't wait to slay it, and then I was just like, I didn't get as good of time as I wanted to. True. But also, well, side note, I've said this before. No one hypes me up quite like your parents do. Like they they will bring up something funny I said 5 years ago. I'm like, no one thinks I'm funnier. Just like more.
No, they'll literally bring it up to me. Like they will say an inside joke. It's now a family inside joke that you said on the podcast 5 years ago. And I'll be like, wait, what is that? They're like, Chelsey, she said that one day. I'm like, you guys, I cannot. It's so funny.
So shout out to them.
Yeah. Shout out Andrew and Jilly.
Your local bevy girls, that's us, have a new bev.
If you were confused, it's us.
We have a new bev recommendation for you guys. Okay. So Simply Pop. Simply Pop is a new fruit forward bevy of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health and vitamin C and zinc to support immune function. So that's why Simply Pop contains the same real fruit flavors that you know and love and no added sugar. Makes for a soda that even a juice would drink. This sounds like heaven. Nothing I love more on a hot summer day than a sparkly, fresh, fruity drink. And this is all of that combined. They have a fruit punch flavor that's really calling my name actually right now because I'm feeling quite parched. And it's amazing because, like I said, they have those 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health. So it's a win-win.
I love a beverage with no sugar added. You really can't beat that. They also have so many amazing flavors. They've got pineapple mango, lime, strawberry, fruit punch, citrus punch. This is perfect for, well, really every day, but also just getting into spring and summer, having a barbecue or a little girls' night to have a nice little beverage with some added zinc, vitamin C to support immune health, prebiotic fiber to support your gut health. Again, no sugar added, all that. We love it. So go to cokeurl.com/simplypop to find out where you can try Simply Pop. So much of Benny's Closet is from Riley and Crew. I absolutely love Riley and Crew. It's like a collective website. So they have a few different brands on there. They have Riley and Crew, Quincy May, Norley. A lot of Benny's items are Quincy May. They're so cute. They have like the softest, cutest neutral fabrics with really cute prints and drawings on them. The Riley and Crew collective combines art and imagination. They feature hand-drawn illustrations paired with beautiful muted tones and timeless designs. Riley and Crew is more than just a clothing brand. It's a one-stop shop that caters to you and your children at every stage of life. So whether it's welcoming the newest member of your family in Quincy May, dressing your child in Riley and Crew for their first day of school, or celebrating special occasions in a Norley dress, they have an outfit for every occasion. I think these are great baby shower gifts as well. They have a lot of gender-neutral options, obviously cute prints for boys and girls as well. But they just have like such soft, nice muted tones and fabrics for newborns and obviously just for babies of any age. But I feel like at a baby shower, it's nice to shop on Riley and Crew. I just shopped for one of my best friends who was having a boy and I got her a few little baby onesies and they are super cute. Also, every Quincy May garment and accessory is made with 100% organic materials. It's GOT certified and is ethically made, which is amazing and kind of hard to find with kids' clothes. And you want to put something on your baby's body that you can trust. I find when I'm out and about and I see another mom and she has a baby or a toddler and they're wearing a really cute outfit, I'm like, wait, where did you get that? That's so cute. She always says Quincy May or Riley and Crew. Case and Elle would have so many Riley and Crew or Quincy May pieces in their closet that I'm constantly reaching for. So Riley and Crew's collective's spring summer lines have all launched and are the perfect everyday essential for your child's warm weather wardrobe. They also carry matching swimwear for the whole family so you can plan a little matching moment. So visit rileyandcrew.com/whatwesaid and use the code whatwesaid for 20% off your first order. That's RYLEEANDCRU.com/whatwesaid. Use code whatwesaid for 20% off orders of first-time customers. Go check it out. JC and I both have been wearing the Skims, specifically the Fits Everybody collection, as our underwear for years now. One of my favorite finds ever was the Skims Fits Everybody collection. Their thongs are amazing. I have my drawers stocked with them. And also, it's always been hard for me to find a bra that fits really well, that's very seamless. And the Skims, specifically their Fits Everybody Triangle Bralette, is one of my favorite bras that I grab all the time. And I have multiple of them just in case one of them's in the wash while I need to wear one. It's so comfortable. It holds the girls up really nice. And also, you know, my girls, they change sizes, okay? When I'm pregnant, breastfeeding, whatever. And it just holds them in at every size. But they also have extended sizing, which is really, really nice. I'm actually wearing a Skims Fits Everybody bra right now. Chelsey and I have different bust sizes. Okay, we'll put it that way. I have very small boobs and I love the Skims Fits Everybody bras and also the underwear. But I do feel like The name is Fits Everybody for a reason. They fit all different sizes. So whether you are smaller or bigger chested, there's an option for you. I am such a like texture fabric person. I don't know. I have to have a specific feeling. I don't want to really notice that I'm wearing underwear or a bra. And I am a Skims fan till I die. I feel like when I'm wearing these thongs and bras, I don't even notice that they're on. They're not like digging into my skin. They just feel so comfortable and they look so seamless under clothes as well. I love the Fits Everybody triangle bralette. I feel like it just provides like support and lift, but it's not suffocating me. And the fabric is everything. So shop Skims Fits Everybody collection and more at skims.com and Skims LA flagship on Sunset Boulevard. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. Go check it out.
I really think that, before this race and just in general, people always like, you got to dig deep for yourself. Like, show up for yourself. No one cares. And they're like, you got to finish for yourself. Do this for you. Like, no one is going to save you. You got to do this for you. No one's going to get you across that finish line. And the biggest motivator is like, you got to prove it to yourself. And I'm like, unfortunately, I couldn't relate less to that. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for others.
I'm doing this for the haters.
I'm doing this for others and others' approval. And not in the way, let me explain, not in the way of, I'm doing this for everybody else so that they can know that I did this. It's more so, don't underestimate my own ego. I have, you remember, I said I could swim to Catalina Island from Newport Beach, and I was fully confident and sure of it. I'm like, no, I can swim there. Give me a rescue team nearby, but I could do it. And that is how I truly, there are things that like when you have a vision and I know, like I knew I could do it. I always knew I could do it. But I'm like, I feel as though
people aren't
I haven't
believing
quite executed my own strength yet. I want to do things that like prove I can do it, And I guess it is to myself.
I was going to say that is proving to yourself.
Yeah. But also...
But it does feel good when everyone's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, you did that. Okay, that's awesome.
Because I know I can do physically hard things. I know I'm tough. And so, again, I have to prove to myself that I can do it by doing those things. But I'm the one who knows deep down that even if I never did that I could do it.
Yeah, right.
But to others, I'm like, no,
then
okay, now
you're like, now you see the physical proof.
Yeah, now you've seen the proof.
It's not just in my mind.
Nick on the way home goes, I'm honestly starting to believe you could swim to Catalina Island.
He's like, now that I'm thinking about it.
I looked it up, 20 miles, 10-hour swim. I'm like, well, I could do it. If you get a jet ski nearby following me to make sure I don't literally die from a shark attack. Yeah. No, I don't think I could do that at this point. But yeah, it was a great experience. I honestly was very proud of myself. I was very excited that when you turn 30, you're starting to be like, well, my 20s, that must have been my peak physical.
Right.
This might
I don't
be the
think
downhill.
so at all. I feel like the 30s, not everyone I know, that's definitely not true. But I feel like I know certain people who have gotten in the best shape of their life in their 30s, who have said that the 30s and the 40s is when they have like thrived, even physically.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes I do feel like having kids can be a motivator to you just want to be more physically fit. That's how I feel, at least. I feel like I used to not say, like, kind of what you're saying. I wouldn't say things out loud on social media or like even really to people because I didn't feel 100% sure that I was going to execute. So I didn't want to say on YouTube, I'm going to do this workout program. And then slowly I just die off and I don't say anything anymore. And recently, the past few months, I've been like kind of the same where I'm like, I'm saying this because I'm so sure that I'm going to stick with it, at least for a while, and I don't know if that is turning 30, having a kid, but it's like something in me has had this switch of motivation health-wise where I'm like, no, I'm not just saying it or I'm not just going to be like, oh, I'll see if I can. I'm like, no, I'm going. I will be at the gym 3 times a week. That is my new normal. And it's like, I've never been like that before.
Yeah.
Where I'm like sure of it. I've always just been like, I'll try. And then I kind of miss and I'm like, oh, whatever. And now I'm like, not that I'm trying to be so restrictive or like stringent, but I'm just like, I have to prioritize this.
It kind of feels like this sounds darker than I mean it, but it almost feels like I don't have time to mess around anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
In your 20s, you kind of think, I've got time to get in shape. I've got the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I've felt once I now have my 30s and 40s ahead of me, maybe 50s, 60s, you know, where I can be running and physically fit, you know, God willing. I'm like, well, when am I going to do it?
Yeah.
I'll just do it in 10 years. Like, no, you got to start now.
Totally.
Like,
That's how I've been feeling too.
It is time. And there's no more excuses. You just have to do it now and set yourself. My Nana always says, like, whatever you do in your 20s will show up in your 30s. What you do in your 30s will show up in your 40s. So get going.
Get right. Yeah, I 100%.
Get tight.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And so you know what I did the day of the marathon?
What? Ran?
I did.
You did?
I ran 10 miles. No, I took Lady and Benny on a walk. Mm-hmm. And towards the end of it, I was like, I might take a little jog. I started jogging, jogged 50 feet, couldn't breathe. I'm like, how did they do this? I mean, granted, I had the stroller and Lady on a leash, but people do that. I feel like I see people running like that all the time. And I was in like normal clothes too, kind of like I wasn't even in my workout clothes. But I just like kind of picked up the pace. First of all, I was like, this is nice because I can get where I'm going so much faster. Like in my head, I was like, oh, I have a while left till I get home. And I was like, wait, I could just kind of jog. And then because I had running on my mind, I was like, let's see. I no joke, probably ran 50 feet. And I was like, I am not well. Like, I don't know how. I fear I am not a runner at heart at all, but I would like to try. I've been trying to walk more. I feel like walking is so underrated even just for like how I feel. And I feel like running, I'm sure, is that exponentially. Like something about moving your body in that way is so satisfying and feels so good. So I'm going on longer walks. We'll see if I pick up the pace. Leif was saying I do want to run a mile soon just to, you see the vibes. Because I just haven't ever been a runner. And I think it would be good to like add something like that. Even, have you ever done 12-3-30?
Oh, so hard.
Who was going to tell me that's like training for the actual Marines?
So hard.
I could not believe how hard it was.
Yeah.
I've kind of done it before. You don't understand
the incline is so high.
It's so high. You're running because when you're short too, I think that's the thing. When you're short, you have short legs. The 3 speed is like I'm running. I'm jogging and I'm up a mountain.
Yeah.
It is actually so difficult.
Yeah.
But anyway, sometimes I'll end my workout with like a little bit of an incline. I won't do the full 12-3-30 thing, but I'll like do something similar. And it is I will like sweat so much. It's so exhausting. Yeah. So yeah, you guys inspired me. I will not be running any half marathons or marathons anytime soon, but I'm down to run a mile. We'll see what happens.
Maybe a 5K. I think a 5K is like 3.6 miles or something like that.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, unironically, I would be like passing the finish line, like sobbing, being like,
no,
from a 5K. Like,
no, that's valid.
I feel like when you finish, were you like emotional at all, or were you just like, okay, I did it, cool?
Yeah. So one of the best parts of there's something different too about a race, running with other people versus just running on your own.
Very different vibes.
Like running 13.1 miles on my own, just on my own course, I feel like I would be dying way more. But the energy, I am more extroverted. Like I like to get energy from other people, being around other people. And so the energy is so high. You're running with a ton of other people, so that helps as well. And also with pace and everything like that. But there are people on the side with signs, and that was the best part. Like the people with funny signs, or just seeing like, it literally make me sob. Like just seeing people, like a little family there for one person. Like it's so cute. And I was just like, I would just see like a dad with his like kids, and they have shirts. And it's like, go mom or something. I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, it's so cute. Sweet.
Or like parents, and they're like, we're so proud of our whatever, like holding up a picture, signs. So cute. And then they were just, obviously your city too, a lot of people will just like go out because their houses are on the trail. So they'll come out and be like, yay, ringing bells for you. And that's so cool. Like that experience, that is what makes me want to run another one, or even a marathon where it's just like the energy.
So much support and energy. It's like collective effervescence or whatever they call it. Yeah. I don't know if that's the same thing. But when you're at a concert and everyone's like singing together, it's like this sense of togetherness. Thing. Yeah.
100%. And the support. And some of the signs were so funny. I'm like, there was this person I saw multiple times. This girl holding a sign, it's like, run if you think I'm hot. So all these people are running by her. And
Wait, that's hilarious.
Tons of people had like a sign. It would be like for a specific person. It's like, this sounded much better 6 months ago when you signed up, or things like that.
I was looking up things to put on the signs, which that's in and of itself concerning. I was thinking lately, I'm like, I need to have some creative. I'm like, what should I put on my sign? I'm like, not me not being able to be alone with my thoughts or think to be creative at all anymore.
How to cheer someone on.
No, I was like trying to think of something clever to put on a sign. And all the ones I looked up, it's like, hurry up, Chelsey. Brunch is around the finish line.
No, honestly, those are also funny and motivating. They'd be like, pain now, Advil later. I'm like, and you're right. I can't have Advil later. Who cares about the pain?
That was one of the things. I was like, this sounded a lot better 6 months ago, didn't it? I'm like, this is the dumbest thing. These signs. I ended up with go, Chelsey, go.
Chafing your dreams.
Yeah. Hello, that's funny, actually.
Yeah, it was funny.
I was going to put, you got this, mama.
No, that was good.
But I just wrote that
mama.
small on the sign. You got
go,
this,
mama.
Go, mama.
I see happy kids, mama. That's my favorite. There would be little kids holding signs, and it would have like a Super Mario mushroom or like a star. Me and Leif were talking about after how, and they would hold it out and say, tap for power. Like it would say tap for power.
That's so cute.
I'm tapping everyone.
Oh, 100%.
I'm hitting everyone. And afterwards, I'm like, that actually
a jolt
just
of
give
energy.
me power. And they would be so happy, little kids, if you like tapped their thing. But yeah, overall, so fun. Also, we ran the OC marathon. So it's in the most beautiful location. You're running by the ocean.
It was overcast too, so it was kind of nice.
I fear I would never be able to run somewhere very hot or very cold. It was impeccable weather.
But you know what you can do, and then I can also benefit, is you can start signing up like, oh, half marathon in Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh, and then that would be amazing.
Leif can also sign up, and then I can I have to come and support me and Benny.
I was thinking
and then
about
you get free. Not free at all.
Free
and then you get trips.
They're like, congratulations, bare minimum pace. You get to go for free.
Literally. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
That would be very incentivizing.
It did make me want to. I don't know if you have to qualify for the New York marathon.
You don't.
You don't for the New York one? I know you have to for the Boston one.
Yeah.
But it made me kind of want to do the New York one because
be
people have talked about how the whole city will be like, the energy is crazy.
That's fun.
And people are lined up the whole time.
Yeah.
And that did make me feel like that would be such a fun thing to be a part
experience.
of.
Yeah.
And just everyone around you, if you kind of like slow down or get hurt, like people are, let's go, come on, you can do it, you know. But it was
really cool.
Yeah, it was such a cool experience. To answer your question, sorry, I keep answering it with 10 answers, but I did get emotional like when I got to mile 12. So I had 1 mile left and I like was turning around the corner to like 1 mile, and I'm just like,
I basically did it. Yeah.
I just stopped running. I'm like, I pretty much did it.
Yeah, pretty much did it. It goes home.
No, but I was thinking about seeing turns around.
Calls everyone. You're like, I'm good.
Because I am going to sob. There were people.
Did they give up?
No.
Oh.
I'm like, these losers. There was a hill right before the 12 mile. So making it up that hill, like this long hill when you've got like not much left to give. And then the last mile, there wasn't a ton of people lined up in this one stretch, but there were people every, 100 feet that were like, eyes up, don't put your, like,
head down.
Why am I going to stop about that? Don't put your head down. Yeah, like keep going. And then a couple feet later, it'd be another person and they're like, keep your happy face, smile. You got 1 mile left. Like super, super encouraging and very like motivating.
Yeah. That would help a lot.
Those people are making me emotional. Yeah. Where it's like, okay.
Also because they have nothing like it's really doesn't benefit them at all.
No,
like it's just
exactly.
like them being nice. Yeah.
And then as soon as I crossed the finish line, I was not emotional because I stopped running. And up to that point, I was like, I'm killing it. Like I did not feel winded.
Well, that's why I'm saying you are a runner because I'm like, that is not normal.
But my legs
wanted to give out.
Had gone so numb. I stopped running and I started walking. It felt like I was on a horse. Like my leg, I could not. I suddenly realized how sore and stiff my legs were. And that took the emotion right out of me. I was like, oh my gosh, my legs are not okay. Because up to that point, I'm like, I'm just, like my legs are wheels.
Yeah.
Like they're just going. And that was the hardest part, is the pain of my legs. Like truly, I didn't feel winded. Mm-hmm. I mean, I felt winded, but I wasn't like dying. The pain, like when there would be a shooting pain in my toe, and I'm just like, mile 7 in, I'm like, oh. But I just was like, okay, this is gonna numb. This will numb out. In a mile or so, it'll numb out. It will hurt afterwards, but it will numb out. Then my hip starts hurting. This will numb out too. Like the pain will always get numbed. That was the thing. I'm like, if I can keep my breath in check, the pain will numb. So, and then when I saw Nick and Case and Delwood and Abby had a sign too. That's what I saw first.
Yeah.
I instantly lost it. I was just like, oh, it's so, like, this is.
It's so sweet. Everyone was there to support you. Yeah. And I didn't see you until a little bit after you were done because, like I said, I thought I had a while.
I know. And then when I saw you had a sign for me too, that was so nice. And just people making signs for you. Like, why is that so nice? Like,
it is sweet.
It's so touching. I wasn't necessarily crying because of, I don't know, it's such a weird emotional experience. It wasn't like, I did it. It was just like this high of like, I was telling Abby, we went to breakfast afterwards. And I'm like, it's weird because it's not that running is the point of life at all. But when you're running, you feel
like it is.
I get it. Like, I just get it. I don't know. It's weird. It's not that running is.
Like you have to run to.
Yes. But while you're running.
Well, it's like.
You're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do. I mean, I don't know what you mean, but I do.
No, you do. That's the thing. It's like, this is not just running that makes me feel like
it's
this.
Like
when
you
do certain things in life that are hard or you're so connected to other people.
Yeah.
You get that feeling.
For sure.
And so that's what was making me emotional, was all the people, just the event, doing something super hard. But then seeing your family like supportive afterwards and stuff like that. And honestly, it was fun to, again, I wanted to impress myself, but bring back impressing your spouse.
Oh,
because
I
was like so excited to impress Nick. I'm like, he's going to be so proud of I kept telling him when to meet me at the finish line, but I was doing so much better than I thought I was going to be doing.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to overestimate. He had the boys. So I was like, I don't want to make him wait at the finish line.
Yeah.
But I fear as though they need to hurry.
Yeah.
And he was like, we were watching your location.
Yeah.
And literally having to cut people off to be like, we have to get there. She's going to finish so fast.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It was a shock in the best way. I'm trying to find this photo to show you, but I can't for some reason find it in my camera roll. But it's my parents with Carter holding up a sign that they thought said like go Carter, and it literally says go Chelsey, and they're just doing a full photo shoot, and it's Carter and my parents just go Chelsey on the sign. I'm like, you guys. I look over, I'm like, what is the sign? They're like, oh, and then they swapped it out, but I was dying. They're like, have the biggest smiles on face, like holding a medal, go Chelsey on the sign. I'm like, what are you guys doing? I was laughing so hard.
It was also fun because I started with Leif and Carter. Like we met up right before and we're in the same corral. We were talking. I'm like, no, I need to fall back. I don't think I'm up with this pace. And they were like, we need to go ahead. Like we think we're a little faster than this pace. But we started in the middle together, which was fun too. That fun. I wasn't, because I ran alone. Because my brother was supposed to run with me, but he slipped a disc in his back, so he couldn't run. So I was like, I'm running by myself. Yeah, with me and my running playlist.
I wanted to ask what your running playlist was. Like, what were the vibes?
It's
an
array.
Like, is it like
ranging from Mulan soundtrack to from the Chicks to
really
what else is on there? Oh yeah, whole different.
Okay. Do you ever like skip songs because you're just like that's not the vibe right now? Or
usually when I run, but during this one, I wasn't as into the music. I was kind of just spaced out running. I wasn't as
focused on that.
When I'm by myself, if it doesn't hit immediately.
Yeah. Skip. Next. Yeah. I'm the same way. It's so funny. I have like a workout playlist, and it's funny because I created the playlist, but then I'll skip I'll just go to certain songs. I'm like, this section needs this song. You got to curate your vibe.
The best song on the playlist, though, I will say, was My Way by Frank Sinatra. Came on when I was on mile 11.
Okay.
And you know that song? It's like, it builds.
Okay.
And it's not like a fast-paced song.
That's like a cinematic moment.
Yes, it was very cinematic because we were running and we saw the bay and it was just a little uphill. So I'm like, that's a main character moment for you. For sure.
For you, mama.
Yeah. For me and 10,000 others.
Congrats on the half marathon. So amazing.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'll be at the New York Marathon with you.
I definitely want to run other halves first.
Okay.
I don't want to go straight to a marathon, but I would want to try other halves first. This episode of What We Said is brought to you by Huggies Little Snugglers. Huggies is the only leading brand with all-around blowout protection for sizes 1 and 2. All the parents out there know that there's nothing worse than a blowout. Oh, nothing ruins an outing quite like a blowout when you've got them in their cute little outfit. You're ready to, show someone your newborn for the first time. And then you pull them out of their car seat and their back is covered in disgusting poop.
Heaven forbid you forget an extra onesie or something, and it just creates the most stressful situation for you, your baby, everybody involved. So that's why Huggies Little Snugglers is the diaper to trust so that you can avoid situations like this at all costs, so that you can always make sure you're prepared for whatever life or your baby throws at you, and you can just enjoy your baby and your outings without the stress of a blowout.
You shouldn't have to live your life worrying about how you'll deal with the next inevitable blowout. Ease your blowout anxiety by switching to Huggies Little Snugglers. Huggies Little Snugglers are up to 100% leak-proof with blowout protection in the front and back on sizes 1 and 2, so you can feel confident relying on them for your little ones. There is something really nice about having a little more peace of mind surrounding what diaper your baby is wearing and not just being like, okay, this is inevitably going to happen a million times, and just trusting that it's really going to keep everything in. So Huggies Little Snugglers, now with blowout protection in every direction, sizes 1 and 2. Huggies, we got you, baby.
We're going to jump into an ad to talk about Lissy Skincare. I love this brand so much, you guys. I use their moisturizer, but my favorite product is their Mandelic Serum. So this is their bestseller and viral product. It's called the Mandelic Serum. It has helped customers improve every type of acne, including hormonal, inflamed, cystic, fungal, and more. I actually found this when I was pregnant because I went and got a facial and she was telling me you need to have not a super harsh exfoliator, but you need something once or twice a week to help exfoliate your skin, get a fresh new start. And that's when I found the Mandelic Serum by Lissy Skincare. And I've been using it ever since. I love it so much. I use it probably once or twice a week. I just put it on after I cleanse my face. And then I usually follow with the moisturizer from Lissy Skincare, and makes my skin supple and plump and hydrated.
I love Lissy Skincare's hydrating serum. It's super simple, and I like using it after cleansing and before moisturizer. I've been very into a simple skincare routine lately. They also have their aloe vera-based jelly cleanser, vitamin C serum for acne scars, aging, and pigmentation, and then their hydrating serum, like I mentioned, and moisturizer for soft, plump, hydrated skin. Their products are made with acne-prone skin in mind while also being gentle on your skin barrier. For me, this is best case scenario. I do struggle with kind of more sensitive skin. I like gentle products and things that aren't going to break me out. And these are just that. So go to LissySkincare.com and use code WhatWeSaid at checkout for 10% off your order. That is LISSY skincare.com. Use code WhatWeSaid for 10% off your order.
Shout out to our friend from high school, Jessica Taylor, because she runs halves and marathons, and I was sending her voice memo after voice memo. What should I eat?
Getting all the tips.
What should I do? What should I bring afterwards? How do I rest? Like all of these things. She gave me so many tips, which was extremely helpful because
I bet.
I will say eating right the week before, and Nick and I have both been trying to eat way less sugar, not eat late at night, like cooking very healthy meals at home. And that helped tremendously. Like even in my coffee, I've been trying not to have overly sugary, just drinks and things like that. So that helped. I feel like how I felt on race day. And she was giving me recipes of like protein balls and sweet potato, bean filled, carb loading. Mm-hmm. So that was also very helpful.
Nice. Yeah, that's a whole world that you have to get into.
Also this week, I really do feel like I've got my life together because JC came over and helped me purge my closet, which I had done probably a month ago. Mm-hmm. She thought. And then JC came over. We went through my closet, went through all my shirts, all my pants, all my
Everything,
swimsuits. Really. Yeah, just everything. And purged so much. I probably have 6 trash bags full of clothes that we purged. And it felt so good. It also just helps to have someone else there to talk some sense into you. Because when I usually do it by myself, I go back and forth and I don't notice when I'm hesitating. But even when I would hesitate for a second, you're hesitating.
Like if you want to keep something. Yeah. No, it definitely, when I was getting my house organized, it was funny because originally you'd said you didn't even want to do your closet.
Yeah.
You were like, we can, like,
I just did that,
so I don't need to. And then we got rid of so much stuff. And I was just thinking, I did the same thing when I got my house organized. They were like, okay, what rooms do you want to focus on? And I had said, I was like, oh, I don't need to do my closet. And then I looked at my closet. I'm like, how is this so disorganized?
Yeah.
Like before they had come over. So I was like, actually, I guess I do need a better system in my closet. And it feels so good. Like the following days, especially when it's fresh, it's like the best feeling. I was going to ask you how the following days felt.
Oh, so good. And it stays cleaner. It was feeling so smushed. But I also was feeling like I had no clothes.
Yep. It's the worst.
And now I have...
Because you can't see anything. That's the thing about when your stuff
so
is
many clothes.
unorganized is like you go through your closet, you're like, oh, I didn't even know I had that because it's like stuffed to the very back and you can't see anything. So it actually makes your life so much more difficult to have more stuff than you need. And then you're not even... somehow you feel, because you feel overwhelmed, you feel like you have nothing to wear.
Yes.
But you have so many options.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. We didn't even get to... I originally wanted to do my bathroom, like my... makeup, my skincare. I have so much hair stuff and I never use it. And we didn't even get to that because we were doing my closet for so long, which felt amazing. And now it's so organized. It's also nice to have someone else's eye there to organize because you kind of just think how you've always organized it. It's hard for you to think of a different way to like, oh, I'm going to put my leg feels cement when I just try to lift my leg to cross it. My hip flexors are so sore, so stiff.
When do you think you're going to run again? Like, when will you go on your next run?
Nick told me I should run tomorrow.
Really?
And so 2 days after. He's like, you should just try and run a mile.
Okay. Just to like kind of loosen everything up.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think if I wait too long, it might be even worse.
Yeah.
You know? One of the tips was to stay on my feet after the race all day.
That would be so hard.
Sit.
Yeah.
But you get so stiff, like it builds up. So I was trying to stay on my feet all day yesterday, but yeah. I digress. The purge was so nice. I need to do, right after JC's like, we can start your kitchen. And I was like,
I could tell you were like, no.
I can't even think about my kitchen. That is the messiest, unorganized, lots of just little crap. That
the
was
kitchen's
too
the worst part. So like when you move, organizing your stuff in your kitchen's the worst part. When you're organizing, it's the worst part. I feel like
It's so
kitchens just get
clunky.
so, and there's so many odd shaped things and like things that need. The kitchen is hard for sure.
Yes, and then you're like, well, I need this contraption for when I make pot roast.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
but then you get rid of it, and then you make pot roast the next week.
I know,
Like, and I don't have that. Never made pot
true.
roast in my life. Don't even actually know what that is, but.
It's true. There's a lot of little instruments in the kitchen and
Different sizes.
Yeah, hard shapes to manage. But you know what? I felt like we were very productive during that. We talked about
Oh yeah,
podcast stuff, fun stuff that we got coming up. We really made the most of our time. I feel like as though we were very efficient.
yeah. I've been feeling so. You probably feel this way too. Really, like I'm getting my life together. Really,
Yeah.
My even purging made me feel more, I don't know how this relates, but financially responsible as well. I'm in my money saving, mode. I have been eating so much better. I don't know. I'm just feeling accomplished and like an adult.
I love that.
And it feels so good.
You know what I'm trying to be in my era of? This is kind of what I was going to say about the health and wellness stuff earlier is like, I'm just trying to do me. You know what I mean? Because I've been trying to be a gym rat lately, as we know. And that includes
You're not trying
eating.
anymore. 12 weeks is a long time.
Thank Thank you. I am a gym rat actually at this point. But no, the thing is I've been trying to eat like really high protein and like all these different recipes that I'll see, adding a bunch of cottage cheese to stuff and like yogurt, Greek yogurt and stuff. I have possibly felt the worst that I've ever felt the past few weeks. And so a few days ago, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm working out. I'm eating so clean. I feel more bloated. I've never felt more bloated in my entire life. Never felt like just more, and I feel like I'm regressing. Like nothing about, I feel like after 12 weeks, you should see a hint of progress. And I felt literally like the opposite. I was like, I am getting like nothing about this is working. So literally a week ago, I was like, I'm eating so much dairy, so much dairy. And maybe that's something. Maybe that's because I'm trying to eat all this high protein gym girly stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't cut out dairy, but I just cut back significantly. I'm like, I'm done with the cottage cheese. I'm not going to be like high protein dairy. Like I'm over it. Stopped. Immediate relief.
Yeah.
Like I feel so much better. And I was just thinking how you just got to do you. Like
you do.
You cannot, people, I just feel like so often, like the other week I tried to do whole milk in my matcha because I don't know, literally because I'm a freaking trend follower. I'm like, oh, well, how crazy. I'm like, dairy's back. Dairy's back in season, in style. It's like, okay, well, I don't think dairy sits very well with my stomach. Yeah. That's what I'm realizing. And that's
I feel
just
the same way.
A long way to say, just do what you got to do, because I went back to, like, I've really been thinking about like what makes me feel good to eat, like the way I like to eat, not high protein gym, whatever, just how I genuinely feel good. And like, I'm not going to get so into exactly like what I eat in a day, but I feel like the way that I personally feel the best is like a lot of fruit, a lot of water, lean meats. Like I love chicken. I do love ground beef and stuff too. Like I'm good with meat, but just like the overkill of dairy, I'm like, it doesn't even sit right with my soul. Like when I'm adding cottage cheese to something, I'm like, I don't like that. I don't want that. Yeah. Like that does not sound good to me. And so literally 1 week of adjusting to what I want to eat. And I'm like, oh, I'm feeling way better. I feel way clearer. I literally look better already. And I feel like I'm going to start seeing results soon now that I'm actually like following my arrow, if you will.
Definitely. So. I think that is very valid and very true. I feel the same way, especially about the protein stuff and just any trend that you have to eat this. If you're not you see a reel, it's like, or a TikTok, you see that says, if you're not eating 5 grams of, or I don't know, just whatever it is, like you've got to be drinking celery juice. You've got just something so specific. And it's like, if you don't do this, you will not be healthy.
Yeah.
There's no way that is right.
I think I think that there is validity, obviously, to
each and every one.
Yes, like fiber and protein. Like I think all those things are important in a diet. And I'm sure to eat the most balanced diet possible, it would be great to have a balance perfectly of all of those things.
But like, if you're not eating venison once a week, say goodbye to your gut health.
I know. And it's like eat very different things. Like, you know, eat things that are out of your norm every whatever. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to eat what I feel good eating. I'm going to try and focus on like clean whole foods for the most part. And I've just realized also, I'm never going to be someone where it's like 0 sugar, 0 dairy. Yeah. Like I'm just not, I don't want to do that. Like that's just not the lifestyle that I personally want to live. And so I'm like, I'm going to do me. Yeah. I will eat dairy occasionally. I'm just not going to go out of my way to literally dump mounds of cottage cheese and Greek yogurt into every meal to try and get more protein. Like I'll have it on occasion. I had some charcuterie yesterday. I had some cheese in it, whatever. It's not like I don't think I'm lactose intolerant necessarily. I don't know. This is like, maybe these are inside thoughts. Should I stop talking?
No, I think the same
my
thing.
Dairy intolerance.
No, I think the same thing. You're like, I have gas when I eat this.
No, literally. Like I just, the point of all of this, and it's kind of like what we harp on a lot, is just, you have to do what I think you gravitate towards. And obviously there is truth to like, I think what I've just been seeing a lot lately is like, I was feeling like, okay, I'm not seeing any results. So I definitely am like doing something wrong. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I'm like, I feel like after like 3-4 months, you should start feeling a little bit better, start whatever. And like, I literally felt the opposite. So I'm like, something I'm doing is not working. And it was funny because I was thinking like, maybe I need to eat more protein. Maybe I need to eat, because I always hear it's like, well, it's science. Like if you're not in a calorie deficit and you're not doing this, then so I'm like, okay, I already feel like I'm eating like healthy and all this stuff. So I'm like, I'm not going to not eat. Like, I don't know. I just was trying to figure out how do I move forward and like keep this motivation and whatever. And then I just was like, I just have to listen to what I'm gravitating towards. I do not like adding all this stuff too. And maybe I'm not getting enough protein, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if I care.
I mean, fact check me on this. I don't feel as though, okay, again, this could be vegan propaganda because I was vegan for so long. But one of the main things that I learned from any nutritional thing, and I know people say differently now and everyone has different needs, whatever. But one of the things that stuck out to me always was in our country and in our culture, very few people are protein deficient. Unless you are literally vegan and not eating anything. Yeah, like most people are getting enough protein. Maybe for optimum results, you need a ton of protein. I don't know. Again, disclaimer, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But like nobody gets super sick like these days from like, oh, you go to the doctor and like, you need protein immediately. Give them an IV of protein. You know what I mean? Versus other things like fiber from literal vegetables and beans and things like that. So because I feel the same way as you, where I will fall into the protein trap all the time of I need ample protein. It's a full-time job.
Yeah,
to get all the protein and try and get a protein shake and all these things.
I know. And don't get me wrong. I think there is a spot for it. Like my point, because I still will eat a protein shake. I'll still have a chomp.
No,
like
protein
100%.
Protein is good.
Yes.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying people, I don't think that we're all so deficient in protein. Like protein is at every corner. Like most Americans eat meat multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Through multiple meals. And usually
there are other ways to get protein.
That's not what we're all deficient in. Like we're deficient
there
in
are a lot of things. Yes. Yeah. I think that's the hyper focus at the moment.
Yes.
At least in like the gym world, I don't know, in things that I've seen, it's very heavily focused on like high protein lately is just things that I see. And so I'm just trying to not be a sheep. I'm trying to be my own person.
Yeah.
And obviously I think there's a place for that 100%. I think there's healthy fats and carbs and the macronutrients. It's like, yes, those things are important and you want to eat a well-rounded diet and stuff. But I guess I'm just like, when you're so focused on all of that, it's just to me a little bit exhausting. I personally don't want to revolve my entire life around like that and getting results. I'm just like, I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'll just eat what I feel gravitated towards and I'm going to work out a few times a week. Like that's my vibe right now. So that's my health and wellness long-winded update that no one asked for. But I do think that I do have motivation to keep going for sure. But the reason I bring it up is because the past few weeks I was like feeling a little bit, not that I wasn't going to keep going because I knew I was, but I was like, oh wow, okay. I'm like,
for what? Like I feel like
for
crap.
what? Yeah, like I don't even feel good. I don't like even the way like my clothes are fitting or anything. I feel like I'm literally going backwards. And I'm also saying that for all my postpartum girlies out there, if you're feeling the same way, because I just feel like it's kind of a roller coaster. I was just telling my friend who's a few months postpartum, I was like, not to scare you at all. I just want to say that I didn't bring this up out of nowhere, by the way, but I was saying like, I felt better like 3 or 4 months postpartum than I did like 8 or 9 months physically. I was like, I look good. Like I feel confident. And literally then like 8 or 9 months, I was like, I look the worst I've ever looked. Like I do not feel confident. I do not feel happy with like how things are fitting at all. I feel like I'm just, I feel like I'm going backwards. Like I'm not continuing to get healthier and stronger. I'm going backwards now, even though I was working out. Yeah. I don't know. I was just telling her, she's like, honestly, that's really good to know that like it can be kind of come in waves. It's not just like boom, uphill. I feel amazing now. That's just a personal thing. But
no, I think that's a canon event. I felt the same way both times.
Okay, yeah. I remember
immediately after. Felt great, confident. And I don't know if it's expectations, whatever. You're getting back in the swing of things. Your life gets crazy. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden the mentee bees happen.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? Like you think you maybe should be further than you are.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like, okay, it's almost been a year. I'm like, and this is still my situation. Like,
but then you have to remember you were pregnant for 9 months.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyway, also with Miss Bobbiana.
Oh yeah.
I fear as though I'm gonna have to cut her again very shortly. And now I'm understanding the high maintenance thing that people were like, yeah, you just have to constantly cut the hair. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like I feel like it's already
starts brushing up on your
neck.
Yeah,
it starts brushing in an area that I don't want. I'm like, okay, I'm either gonna have to keep chopping or just start growing it out. Like
it has grown a lot.
I feel like it's actually going really fast, which is comforting in a way. Because I'm like, if I want to grow it out, I can kind of just start the process. But I want to chop it a few more times. I think keep the short hair for a sec.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do understand what everyone is saying. They're like, you have to cut it so much, and like. But also, I feel like it's gonna be so. It's gonna
take
be
2
so quick
seconds
to get my hair done. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it actually takes 2 seconds to cut.
Yeah,
and it also looks like it grows more. I think it does when it's healthier, but you also can just see the progress
very quickly.
It's literally like filling up a cup.
It's true.
You know, you can see
going down to the shoulders,
even just half an inch. Yeah, so much when it's short. Oh, to go back to real quick to round back to the diet talk. I think just in general. Anytime I fall into any trap, whether it's the protein trap, even the vegan trap, the whatever
a trend
or you're
hot
going
topic.
So hard, the further you get away from the basics, the worse it is usually for you. The more you stick to the basics of health and wellness and just balance in life, the better it is. And that's honestly something that when I was a health coach and went to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and stuff, that was their whole thing, was just having a balance of all things, not just, eating high protein,
so
eating completely, raw, whatever it is. They're not going to solve all of your issues. You have to, your relationships, your work life, your finances, all of those things affect your stress, your health, all of that. So you got to just get back to the basics. Like you can't just think a supplement or something will cure you and make you feel better. And I feel like that is my goal for my 30s, honestly, has been getting back to equilibrium of financially, relationships, what is the point of life? That kind of mentality of I'm not going to go super hard in any direction of like, I need to now, I don't know. It's just hard to do with social media.
Well, do you know what
you think it's going to be, they make these promises. Oh, I just spit everywhere. They make these promises of like, this is going to be the answer. This is going to solve everything. This one direction. If you start doing this.
If you start weightlifting and eating high protein, I promise that's the way. We all have different body types and different things that work for us internally. Like my mom was talking about certain things that she's like, I cannot eat like A, B, and C. It makes me feel so sick. And I'm like, oh, I love that. Like I love those things.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah. 100%. I feel that. So, you got to follow your arrow.
I know. Constant journey, constant health and wellness, individual journey that you have to listen to yourself.
Yeah.
And not other people.
Definitely. I need to watch that documentary about the blue zones.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like that is always motivating to me. And I feel as though I do best with, like plant-based was the closest I've gotten to where I feel the best in terms of, I don't think cutting out meat and dairy completely is for me either, obviously. That's why I stopped. But
moderation.
Yes, like a lot of potatoes, sweet potatoes, pastas, fruits and vegetables, that kind of makes me feel the best. And then putting in, meat here and there. But I can't do meat multiple times a day. I can't. It like makes me feel mad and angry. Like if I eat like sausage or bacon for breakfast, I feel the anger of a bull. I'm like,
really?
I've become the pig. Like I can't. I literally feel so horrible. No matter if I any kind of meaty, like
breakfast.
Really high protein breakfast. I mean, not high protein, but high meat specifically.
Yeah.
I love eggs. I love avocado toast. I love fruit in the morning. Just those kinds of things make me feel so much better. I can eat meat for lunch and dinner, but that's just me. And that is, That's how I roll.
Yeah,
So.
I agree with that. I actually like meat a lot. Like I told you, I'm a meat mommy lately. But I'm not getting into the whole. I'm stopping. I'm shutting up.
Okay.
And I have said my piece.
Amen.
Thank you guys for listening to us rant about getting our lives together and our health and wellness for the 1,000th time. We're gonna be back soon with some workplace horror stories episode coming up. So tune in. If you guys want to be a part of any of our episodes, by the way, write in for advice or any of the story episodes we do. Follow our Instagram. It's at What We Said Podcast. You can follow us on TikTok for some clips. It's What We Said. You can always watch on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful set and our outfits that do not match at all today.
No, we didn't go to the same function.
No, we did not go to the same function today. We love you guys so much. And
that's what we said. Goodbye.